Thought for the day. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away.
Welcome to 7 Minutes for Yourself. I'm Christina Aina, and I'm so glad you've joined me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. Let's take this time to reconnect with ourselves and improve our well-being.
In today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself, we explore the potential of using your curiosity and aligning it with your passions to uncover your true purpose in life. Have a listen.
So let's start with passion. Now, passion can often be a scary word, right? You're either thinking to yourself, Jay, I'm passionate about nothing, or you're thinking, Jay, I'm passionate about so many things, I don't even know where to start. Now, whichever end of the spectrum you're on, it's really important to think about passion in this way. The first thing is that purpose is like an adult, right? Finding your purpose is like an adult in terms of growth. Passion is like a teenager, but before you become a teenager, what are you? You're a child. Child is like the interest, and before you're a child, you're a baby. That's curiosity. So at the baby stage of passion, what you first need is curiosity. That curiosity turns into an interest, that interest turns into a passion, that passion turns into a purpose. For so many of us, we get stuck trying to be like, well, what's my passion? It's like saying, well, I should be a teenager before I'm even a baby. Let's first learn to crawl before we learn to walk or run or fly. So when we start that, we ask ourselves, what am I curious about? What could I watch documentaries about forever? What could I get excited about learning forever? What is it that I keep getting up to do even if I fail? What is it that I get motivated to learn about or hear about or read about or watch about even when I don't know so much about it? What are you naturally curious about and drawn towards in your life? That is the birthplace of your passion. It doesn't have to be a passion just yet. It just needs to be a curiosity or an interest. The second area that I want to dive into is called compassion. Now, people don't often think of compassion when they're talking about passion or purpose, but the reason why it's important is that your passion has to serve a purpose in the world to become a purpose. Right? When you use your passion in the service of others, it becomes a purpose. When you add passion to compassion, it becomes a purpose. A passion is something you like, something you're curious about, something you enjoy doing. But when you use that in the service of others, it evolves. When you use it with compassion. And often it's our pain or our compassion in the world that even helps us find our passion. So you may say to me, Jay, I'm actually not sure what my passion is, but you may say, Jay, I know what my compassion is. I know what my pain is. I know what I'm worried about in the world. I know the problem I want to solve in the world. And actually, most of the greatest inventions in the world haven't necessarily come from passions, but they've come from compassion. They've come from wanting to make a change in the world. They've come from wanting to ease people's pain, heal people's problems. And so you may say that's actually where you want to start. And there's a beautiful statement by Peter Diamandis where he said that we should redefine the word billionaire to be someone who helps the lives of 1 billion people. When you naturally make a difference in the life of 1 billion people, that is real wealth, that is real power and real influence and a real commitment. So think about what area in your life do you want to solve? Maybe you're really upset when you drive by people who are homeless or starving. Maybe what really affects you is when you see in the news that there are people in other countries with so many different challenges. Or maybe in your own backyard. Sometimes problems are close, sometimes they're far, but either way, our compassion is a really important part of finding our purpose and our dharma. It's really interlinked with where we want to serve society and where we want to help other people. And the third and final area that I want to talk to you about today is expertise. Now, this is something that's totally missed. If you have a passion, it's not good enough to just be passionate about it. You have to invest in becoming skilled at it. Now, this is something that each and every one of us do. By the way, before I ever started using social media, I was just passionate about learning about it. I knew nothing about it. And I had to focus on growing, getting coached, consistency and community to become better at it. That was the same when I became a monk. I was not born a monk, right? I didn't come out born a monk. I had to build up an expertise of the monk habits and the practices that we did, including meditation. So don't underestimate how much needs to be invested in building an expertise. If you've found your passion and you know how it serves the world, but you're not seeing it take off, you're not seeing people take notice, you're not seeing people being attracted or impacted by it, then it's a sign that you need to work on your skills and your expertise. Now, this comes in the form of coaching, it comes in the form of programs, it comes in the form of investing in your growth, online or offline. So know that. And you may be anywhere in this puzzle. Let's look at a few of the pieces. You may say, Jay, I know none of them right now. So where do I start? And I would say you can start at your passion and figuring that out, or you can start at your compassion. Where are you trying to solve a problem? And that can often be the great start. Or you may say to me, Jay, I know my expertise, but I don't know my passion or compassion. So think about how your expertise can help people, and think about how you can fall more in love with your expertise to actually turn it into a passion. One of my favorite quotes about this theme comes from Albert Einstein, where he said that everyone's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing that it's stupid. And that's why so many of us feel disconnected, because we don't know our own passion, we don't know our own expertise, we don't know our own compassion, and therefore we compare ourselves to everyone around us. We're envious or jealous of other people's journeys. But when we find our own, when we connect with our own, we can value everyone else for theirs. We can learn to appreciate people for the skills they have and the ones that complement what we have. And you start to see it as an interconnected effort to help the world, to heal the world, to make a difference in the world.
That concludes today's episode of 7 Minutes for Yourself. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. Today and every day with your kiddo is a gift. Enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in.